That's right, ladies and gentlemen. First off, this is an adult show, and we'll be getting started in less than 2 minutes. So come on in, share it with your friends. We are doing 3 Venmo trivia questions on this episode. This is the John Travolta edition. Look at that beautiful face. You like that Photoshop work, Ken?
I didn't even notice it. It's perfect.
It's mad
skill. Color blend is amazing.
I think it's, something to be special. I think it's an improvement because I'm not going to lie. Chad's known for a lot of things, but that pretty face, not quite it. We can talk trash about him. He's not here. It's all good.
You sure can.
All right, we're going to get started in about 30 seconds. Again, keep sharing. Kenny actually has a job, so we gotta make this quick. We're going to have a little fun with a little bit of John Travolta trivia. So tell your friends, share it with your family. I'm watching Ken in the back right now. I don't know what he's doing with his hand, but it looks like he just became a 13-year-old boy again because there's a lot of hand action going on, and it is awkward for everyone.
Well, I can't see anything, but I can see the comments now because my phone won't let me go back to the show. So you'll have to tell me if I leave the camera. Okay.
No, you're good. I will man the comments without a problem. We'll be good there. Just continue looking pretty, and you do what you can. All right, let's get the party started. Thanks, everybody, for being patient. We're a little bit behind. Kenny's Wi-Fi is out for some odd reason. We don't really know why. All right, let's get started. All right, it's go time. Oh, we're missing. Where is he?
Am I gone?
No, you're there. I'm kidding. I was talking about Biscuits.
Oh, my God, dang it.
Well, we actually have a very special guest. Since Biscuits couldn't make it, John Travolta is going to be filling in himself on this. I'm kidding. He's really not. But we've got me and we've got Kenny P. And for the temporary future, we might be adding a guest to here and there. Chad is unfortunately temporarily to potentially forever not with us.
He's okay though.
Oh yeah, he is. He's actually better than okay because right now he is in the process of hopefully getting a job, and apparently being politically incorrect is a risk these day and age. So he's gonna make sure he's nice and careful, and hopefully he gets that job. So little shout out to our boy Blue. Good luck on the potential thing. I don't know. Are we allowed to talk about it? I'm not sure. No, we'll stop.
Yeah, why not? What's the point?
Yeah, let's stop right there. All right. Well, we got a decent amount of people watching. Let's go ahead and get the party started. And we're going to go ahead and start right off with the trivia question. Trivia question numero uno. $5 Venmos to, don't worry, people are a little concerned. Chad may be back. We'll see when he's back. All right. Let's go with the trivia question numero uno, $5 Venmo from hashtag BetheChange. It's trivia time, and these are John Travolta trivia questions. So let's get started with question number 1. First person to put it in the box is going to be a winner. This is probably one of our harder questions on the day. So first person to put it in there, make sure you give me your Venmo. People from last episode, Nicole, Kelly, and Renee, I haven't paid you yet. I'm going to pay you all as one lump sum this weekend. Question number 1. Do you want me to read it, Ken, since you're on your phone?
Can't see a thing.
Yeah, gotcha. What blockbuster 1980 hit did Travolta turn down? It made another actor a star. What did he turn down? What movie did he turn down? Let's see who's the first person to get it. First person to get it. Let's see who's in the box. And we do have our list of Travolta movies, which we are very excited about. What movie did he turn?
No.
Did not turn down Rocky.
Couple years off. Oh, no. Much too late. 1980. Oh, he turned that down too. That's correct, but it's the wrong year.
Right. 1980, Officer and a Gentleman was the ancillary answer, but that is not the one for the 1980 movie. Dirty Dancing is not it.
You're also close. Officer and a gentleman is connected. That's a hint.
Mm-hmm.
It's connected by something to the right answer.
Mm-hmm. It starts with the country, ends with, there it is. Renee's got it. Renee has won before. Love it, Renee. Fantastic job. I like, Kelly said Rambo. Really? Rambo?
Right.
All right, Renee, I've got you in here. So that means I owe you 2 because I owe you 1 from last episode. Congratulations. You're the winner of our first $5 Venmo trivia question. All right. So we're going to go and remove that from the screen, and we're going to get the party started talking about the movies. And here's how this is going to work. Since we only have 2 of us, the crowd will matter during tiebreakers, and I can already tell you based on the matchups, we're going to need the audience participation. I'm going to bring up the movies on this list. Here's what they look like. We've got number 1, Pulp Fiction. Number 8, Swordfish. Number 4, Phenomenon. Number 5, Taking of Pelham. Is it Pelham? Pelham 1, 2,
3.
Pelham 1, 2, 3. Saturday Night Fever, Get Shorty, Urban Cowboy, and Grease. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to jump right into Pulp Fiction versus Swordfish. Go ahead and vote on the side. Pulp Fiction versus Swordfish. Vote now. No, Kelly, he was not the lead in Rambo. All right, I'm going to go ahead and remove this from the screen. Kenny.
This one's easy. Swordfish is fun, but it's candy. There's nothing underneath the shell. Pulp Fiction is a return, of complete revitalization of his career, an incredible performance, and Tarantino. Swordfish has got nothing on that, even though Swordfish is fun. So
the reason Swordfish even made the list is because it was pretty high on mine. And honestly, like, again, you do the litmus test of which one's on TV, which one do I watch right now? I probably watch Swordfish. At the same time, I do know the impact, the quality, and how great of a movie Pulp Fiction is. So just because of the classic nature, it managed to be a cult classic and classic, which is difficult to do. What's the one with Spacey, where he's the guy with the limp?
Yeah, exactly.
Kaiser Soze. Usual Suspects. That was just as good, if not better, of a cult classic, but it never reached the status of Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction had both covered. So the outside, let's see. Apparently Kelly is fighting hard, by the way, on Rambo, saying Travolta was considered for a role in Rambo. God, FFS, which means, which means for fuck's sake.
He might have been offered a role. I'm pretty sure he was never offered the lead role, but he might have been offered a role. Yes,
and I will choose to not eat a dick today, okay? And please, Kelly, you're being rude. So we are going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and make that a Pulp Fiction win. The audience had a little bit of both. Yes, Usual Suspects, great movie. Pulp Fiction's moving on. We're going right away to, by the way, all these movies are going to face off against the number 1 worst movie, which is Face Off. I really don't think, based on this line of work, that Face Off is really going to stand a chance as like the greatest worst of his, like Nicolas Cage did and win. It won. I don't think this one quite has the opportunity to do that. So now we're going to do Phenomenon against, and I have a feeling that the audience is really going to matter on this one. So please start to vote. Phenomenon versus Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Phenomenon. That's a hard word to spell. Versus
Phenomenon. Boop, boop, be-doo-be. Phenomenon. Boop, doo-doo-doo.
There you go. All right. Tina is saying that, yeah, somebody's definitely being rude. Kelly, you're being rude. You're being rude. All right, vote now, everybody. Phenomenon versus Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Kenny, what do you got?
Love these. Just rewatched Taking of Pelham. It is a remake. And ladies and gentlemen, the original is a great film set in a whole different period. It has some incredible performances. This is a very, very valid remake. And the only reason I'm going to throw this over to Phenomenon, as good as John is in Pelham, it's something that comes very easily for him. He's playing the hard ass and the really kind of wound up guy, and he's really great in it. But as far as carrying the film as a full star and the character, really having some different levels. Phenomenon was a great acting performance because you saw different performances because he had to become different people in it. I think Phenomenon's a more important and moving film than Pelham, but Pelham's a blast. Phenomenon.
Phenomena. All right. Let's go ahead. That one is going to be the winner on this one. To those of you joining us, and I think Tina is new, this is what we do on this one. This one is not your political show. I forgot to preface that in the beginning. It is also an adult show at the same time. So we have jokes. This is how you get your mind off of all the crazy politics in this world. We have a lot of positivity by making fun of each other and having a good time. So if you've got another 20 minutes or so, enjoy. We have $5 Venmo trivia from #BetheChange. It's a good time for everybody, but we do have a slightly interesting and politically incorrect sense of humor. With that said, Saturday Night Fever or Get Shorty a Shorty. I will bribe you guys also that at the break, once we get to the end of round number 1, I will share photos from Puppy's first bath, Puppy's first shower. So that will be coming up shortly. Yeah, I was a definite phenomenon on that one. I will be fighting for it a little harder in a little bit. All right. So now the question becomes, who's been looking forward to it? Thank you, Brittany. She's been looking forward to this all week. I have too. Saturday Night Fever versus Get Shorty. Vote in the box right now. All right, go ahead, Kenny. I'll go ahead and start on this one, if that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, I am actually going to go with, first off, I didn't even have Get Shorty on my list. I'm going to tell you that right now. You guys, I know you and Chadwick love that movie. It just was frustrating to me. And also we always talk about sequels. Granted, I think there was a Saturday Night Fever sequel too, which both of them were dog crap. I just, Get Shorty was funny. It was decent. Get Shorty 2 is so bad that it just buried everything. I got to go Saturday Night Fever.
Hey, I love me some Get Shorty, but when you're talking about a performance that absolutely makes your career in what could have been a very trashy pop, I mean, because let's face it, disco was a really weird pop phenomenon, and putting a serious story in the middle of disco world is a risk, and he knocks it out of the park. He gives a performance you can watch today that's not dated. It's heartfelt. He's got all the energy in the dirt from the neighborhood, and he's trying to be a better guy. It's an incredible performance. Made him a star, deserved every second of it. This one could go pretty far today.
So funny story. I was the beginning of my production career started in my sophomore year of high school when we had to do a project, and I still remember this. We had to do a project on a decade, and I chose the 70s, and I knew that was my dad's era, so I could, really get into it. And I actually produced back when you had to like run 2 VCRs and be like, play, record, stop. So I did this just badass mix up of a bunch of 70s movies, but of course, I mean, there was some Rocky in there. But the killer was I started out with the walking feet, and then like some of the lines you'd have like, what, I'm dancing. So, yeah. So that movie has always had a little special place in my heart. I also dressed up like a disco Dan on that, and for that project, and for my senior project, because I was in advanced placement art. For those of you that don't know, I was a art student, went to art college, and had a scholarship for painting. Fun fact. I did my senior, we had our school mascot was the Colts, and that was right when the big cows were going all over the country. I think you guys had cows in Chicago, right?
Yep, we did cows.
We did cows. So we all got a Colt, and we did something with it, and mine was dressed up like John Travolta with the white leisure suit and doing so
nice.
So that's a no-brainer for me to obviously have that as my choice. Saturday Night Fever moves on, and we're about to wrap up round number 1 with Urban Cowboy versus Grease. Urban Cowboy versus Grease. Vote now. Go ahead and vote now. Let's see. I actually didn't even look at the audience on the last. Oh, there was a lot of Saturday Night Fever. What am I talking about? Saturday Night Fever. Saturday Night Fever won by quite a bit on that last round.
I figured.
All right, Kenny.
What do you got? So tough. Again, if there's any movie that has seen and replayed as much as Saturday Night Fever was, Grease probably is one of the most watched movies of all time. And I don't have the numbers on it, but it's got to be, because people are still watching it and they're still doing it at karaoke. And that can turn it into a joke, but he turned in an incredible performance in a musical without really being a trained musical theater dude that we know of. And it's incredible. But then it's up against a great, great early 80s drama. Go!
I'm going to tell you before you vote, I would say, if I were to say which one is replayed more today, I see Urban Cowboy all the time.
See, now I wish we could find that out, because I would disagree, but I don't know who to trust on those numbers. But it doesn't matter. Could go either way. But I'm going to have to go on this one. I'm going to go with the movie that has the better content. I love Grease. I got to go with Urban Cowboy. I think it's hard to make really good motivational and moving films in these caricature settings, but Travolta's strong enough to do it. Performances were great by everybody, including Scott Glenn. I'm going Urban Cowboy.
So Mary McCormick says, what about the movie Look Who's Talking? Also very, very good. Not quite Travolta's top 8, in our opinion. Although I think in some people's lists it could be. They're brilliant. It was hilarious.
They are.
But it wasn't the lead role.
It was done when he couldn't get any work, but he made it good. They were supposed to have been terrible, but he actually made them better.
Yeah. So Grease falls into that classic category. Grease has that charm and fun. Urban Cowboy is very similar to Roadhouse for me, which I discovered. I did not see either of those movies until I hit 30 years old, and now they are those movies that I will stop everything I'm doing if it is on and watch it. So I actually, without a doubt, unfortunately, the audience is pretty heavy right now on Grease. I like Greasy Cowboy from Nicole. That's a totally different movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That was a role he actually should have turned down early in his career, and it still led him to where he is today, actually. That's who he's dating. Yeah. Too soon? Too soon for that? No? Okay.
What do we got for audience? What's happening with
the audience? The audience was pretty heavy for Grease, but it's not going to be a 1-1 on this one. I think this might not be the audience that watches a lot of. I just feel like it's not the audience that watches a lot of it, you know?
Well, I mean, it's tough. If it came out in the mid 80s and you don't go back to look at movies and watch them like commercials, you might not have even seen it. I get that.
Yeah. So unfortunately, the crowd, you're there for a very specific purpose, and that is to break up a tie. And unfortunately, there was no tie on this one. All right, so we are going to move on, and we're going to do a trivia question, and I'm going to show some puppy pictures.
Woo! Puppy pictures!
All right, Pulp Fiction is going to be going against Phenomena. Don't vote yet, because we're actually going to do a trivia question first, going back to the screen. Okay, so I do have a scrolling banner on the bottom. Some of you guys have already started to help us out. I've never thought that we were going to have a Patreon. That was not the original purpose. We thought it was all different than that, but ultimately the fact that you guys have been supporting us so much between Cash and I know you guys, a lot of you guys have our Patreons on Cash's account that he does his own stuff. We're, in terms of our podcast and paying for that, there's a lot of money going out. So I just keep that on the bottom. If you go to Patreon, you can support us with patreon.com / BetheChange USA. Again, we'll continue to do this programming. I'm just, starting to run out of money. Okay. It happens to the best of us. Okay. Let's see what we got. Let's go ahead and say, does anybody want to see? Put your hand up if you want to see what Puppy looked like on his first bath. Kenny wants to see it. Anybody else? There's going to be an 18-second delay, so I'm just going to do it anyways. So, many people's surprise, I am going to tell you, he did incredible job, that little boy. He did fantastic. I'm going to take the adult show off of here because I want you to get the full breadth of how adorable this puppy looks. He legitimately stood up against the wall and let me bathe him. I thought he was trying to escape. In fact, he just stood there and froze enough time for me to reach out of the shower, get my phone, and go ahead and take this. He was just saying, all right, I guess it's soap time, and just let me get all jiggy with it. But, Kenny, This is not the most adorable picture. Do you want to see the most adorable of these pictures? Say yes.
Yes, you're going to have to send me the pictures. I'm looking at a black screen the whole.
Oh, you can't see them? Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Here you go. This is the puppy with a towel. Yes, I will. On your way to work, Kenny, I'll make sure you have these photos because this is absolutely ridiculous. He was just rocking the towel. It was hilarious.
Yay!
I can't wait for you to see these things. So anyways, that was your teaser of the day, and you get to see Puppy's first shower.
See, you don't know this yet because you haven't done this, but if you would have had the door open, the favorite thing for puppies is to be super clean and wet and go and find a really dusty, dirty part of the front yard and roll around. So don't leave the door open. Good to know. He did. I do have mirrors in the bathroom. Don't get any weird ideas, Kelly. But there is a lot of mirrors in this bathroom. This building was built in the 70s. And needless to say, he did a little wiggle. And the mirror is not looking so good anymore. Oh, there we go. That's how, you know what? Forget about Patreon. We're going straight to puppy modeling. That's what we're doing. Yep. Why not?
All right, we're going to do question number 2. That was our little teaser of the day with Puppy Mania. Let's see. By the way, he was not as well behaved after that. He was a different puppy, and I'm hoping we get him back. Currently, here's current status. You good boy? You good boy? Yeah. He's now a guest star. Excellent. All right, we're going to go ahead and go with question numero dos in terms of $5 Venmo trivia. Question number 2. First, Renee has won 1 already on the day. Renee has won 1 on the day. Question number 2, also one of Kenny's questions. It's going to be a number 1, so start your guessing. Close personal friends. How many movies did Travolta and James Gandolfini do together? Got any fun facts on this one before we get into it there, Kenny?
It's funny. I've been watching the Travolta movies, and all of a sudden I just kind of noticed an overlap, and I thought, didn't I just see Gandolfini in a different role? And so I went and did some Googling. And from their first movie together, they got along splendidly, and they spent a lot of time with each other's families and just became really good pals. And he was in almost all of his last half of his career's films.
Ladies and gentlemen, with an incredibly lucky guess, the first person, there was a whole bunch that just poured in. What's crazy is all the ones that poured in, we only had, I love that she's literally just, Kristen is just counting up. That is hilarious.
Right?
You were the first person to put 5 in. You started with 5. 5 is the correct answer. Kenny, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you know what movies those were?
Oh, my God. No, I can't do all of them. I know he's in Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. I know he's in A Civil Action, which is a favorite of mine that I don't think anybody else hardly knows. And the other 3, I'm going to go blank on. I'm going to guess he was in Michael, but I can't swear to it. I didn't look all 5 up.
I'm curious. I'm going to look him up right now. Was he in Get Shorty?
Yes. There you go. That's the 3rd for sure.
Lonely Hearts.
Okay.
Civil Action. Taking. Well, so this actually, so it could be kind of 6-ish because Be Cool, which was one of the sequels, I think they were both in. But She's So Lovely is the other one.
Oh, I haven't seen that for a long time.
All right, KK. Congratulations. You won another. I think KK's had a rough week, so you get a bonus $5 and a virtual hug. There you go. I didn't say anything about a slow clap there, Dick. No slow claps. I think, so if anybody's wondering, Kenny's laptop decided to not work on the Wi-Fi before we got started, so that he is now operating on the phone, which limits his ability to see anything going on or hear anything going on. So he's pretty much getting a preview of what life is going to be like in about 10 years.
Yep, where I can't see or hear anyhow. I just sit and smile and drink Arnold Palmer's.
All right, so we're going to go Pulp Fiction against Phenomenon. I think it's going to get interesting. So Pulp Fiction versus Phenomenon. Vote now. AK is asking where Chad is. He actually heard that you were going to be watching tonight and said, nope, not going to go ahead and be on there. I would not like to see Christian Commander. And KP is wearing pants because he's got to roll to work right after this.
Pants are on.
Pants are on.
Sorry.
Pantalones. All right. Let's see. We got, wow, Fast and Furious for Pulp Fiction on the side. So I'm going to go first. Phenomenon is in my top 10 favorite movies. I'd say top 20, possibly top 10. I don't know why specifically that movie touched me so much, and not in a weird Kevin Spacey kind of way. It was Pulp Fiction, as I said, it's great. I just don't choose to watch it when it's on. I've seen it probably 2 times all the way through. I think Phenomenon's one of the most underrated movies of his career. Personally, my vote is for Phenomenon. Kenny?
Okay, I will support you in loving Phenomenon. I'm not going to go that way, but it is great. I think, and I say this about things like A Civil Action. Travolta, we got so used to him being a star, they started to having him do things where he was playing bigger and broader and more charismatic all the time. He's an incredibly talented, small, sensitive actor. He can get right into the smallest moments, and he's got the talent for that. And that's what Phenomenon is. It's set with a very small cast, and a really cool thing happens to somebody to watch him deal with it. I think he's incredible in it, but I just have to go with Pulp because it was kind of a game changer in the film industry. And to me, I have that can't turn it off every time when it comes out. So I just going to go with the unusual approach and the fact that it brought him back and created a whole new character life. So I'm going Pulp, but I share your love for the Phenom.
Natalie Puglisi Zelinsky said she doesn't like either movie, and to that I asked you to kindly leave. Kindly leave. Kindly. I'm kidding. Let's see. What the votes, I'm pretty sure, are pretty heavy in one direction. A lot of people are still asking about pants. Are you wearing pants, Ken?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll just take your word for it. Oh, no, you're going to show. There they are. Ooh, little black jean action. I like it. Yeah, it's a no doubt about it for Pulp Fiction. I'm going to be the loser on this one. Can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. So, just like that, as expected, Pulp Fiction is moving to the final round, championship round, which, I mean, we're going to have them go against Face Off, but I'm pretty sure whatever movies make it to the final should beat Face Off. I think there is just a higher quality of work when it comes to Travolta as compared to Nicolas Cage. All right, back to the main screen. We're going to our next one to vote on. Let's see what we got. We've got Saturday Night Fever versus Urban Cowboy, and I will tell you to start voting now. SNF versus Urban Cowboy. Vote now. All right, this is actually going to be my hardest of all of them to bring up. I don't know. This one is a very, very difficult one for me. If there was a tie, this would be the closest thing to a tie for me. I would say when I look at these, I have to weigh every bit to it, and also how this is where I'm going to actually vote based on how they've aged. I think that Urban Cowboy is still a more watchable movie today than Saturday Night Fever. If I were to show Urban Cowboy to a 14-year-old boy or girl, they would dislike it. If I showed Saturday Night Fever to a 13 or 14-year-old boy or girl, they would tell me to turn the son of a bitchin' thing off the television. So that is why I am going to go with Urban Cowboy. Kenny, what do you got?
I'm going the other way because I cannot say that he does a better job in Urban Cowboy. And I love when somebody's first big project out of the gate is one of their best performances ever. That shows incredible talent. Peter O'Toole picked up an Oscar for Lawrence of Arabia, a 4-hour movie, his very first film job. So I think the rawness and the hitting it out of the park that he did in Saturday Night Fever is as good. And I love that it's his first major outing and he's that good. And I kind of like the Crazy Disco World to rewatch a little more than the 80s Cowboy World. So I'm going to give it his first home run of SNF as my vote.
So you've got Saturday Night Fever, so now I'm going to have to actually do a count. There's some interesting comments on the side. Kelly, I do see what you mean. She can't vote for Urban Cowboy because he hits her in it. Actually, there's multiple domestic abuse in that movie across the board. But I will give you the good news.
I'll say this: every movie in history has to be dismissed if we're going to play appropriateness, though. So that can't matter. Just can't matter.
The other good news is that it actually was just acting. She was okay. She ended up just fine. She actually got paid for the role, and she did not actually get true. Like, it was just for movies, just so you know. And she's okay. They're still friends. Maybe. I don't know. It's been
That's funny.
3 decades.
I think it's funny.
Yep. All right. So counting. Wow, this is a tough one. Saturday Night Fever.
This should be tough. 2 of his best straight acting performances. It's tough.
Ugh.
Did his own
All
dancing in the movie too. Did his own dancing. That's
Saturday
funny.
Night Fever. Did you say he did his own dancing?
Of course.
I want you to. I'm gonna. You know what? Hold on to that thought. That's an interesting thing you just brought up. So we're gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna tell you guys. Saturday Night Fever won by about 2 votes off to the side. Go ahead and put that across. So now it'll be Saturday Night Fever, much to my chagrin. But again, that was a hard one. Again, Pulp Fiction. And now actually, that might make my final one a little bit easier, to be totally honest. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do our final trivia question now, because I find this an interesting trivia question based on what Penny just said. So we're doing $5 Venmo trivia from hashtag BetheChange. That's right. It's trivia time. Put your answers in the box below. You must keep that $5 Venmo. You cannot donate it to us. You can't give it back. You can donate it on your own, but it's all about paying it forward. Maybe you see a guy at the gas station that needs a sandwich of some kind, and that's what you do with it. Or you know what? You're having a rough day and you want to treat yourself to some ice cream. Boom. Ice cream it is. All right. Let's see. We got question number 3. What cowboy bar theme movie did John Travolta do his own stunts, much to people's surprise? So what movie did he do his own stunts? Not dancing, but stunts. Why are people putting numbers in the box? 5, 10, 15, 25. What's going on? I'm so confused. I'm just counting for fun.
It is fun with numbers day, maybe.
Oh no, they're wondering what the sound is. We're getting a little feedback when I talk off of Kenny's mic, but it's it's short show. We're just plowing through. Let's see. LaTracy snuck it in there. Urban Cowboy. So Kenny, it's funny that you brought up that he did his own dancing when it was going against Urban Cowboy. He did his own mechanical bull riding because he had a mechanical bull in his house. Fun fact.
Wouldn't you if you could?
No, that would be on the bottom of I would be more Nicolas Cage. I'd rather have like a weird octopus or something like that. LaTracy, you are new to the show, which means I need your Venmo. You're getting a $5 Venmo from hashtag BetheChange. Congrats. Well done. So make sure you put that in the box so I can see it and I know where to give you that $5. And you cannot give it back. You have to give it to somebody else. Yes, Kristen, I am blaming Kenny Paul on the noise because it's not coming from me. I can only tell you, this is me typing. Can you hear that?
This is my countdown for the right answers. That's my
all right.
Unless it's the crackling. If it's the crackling, I can't fix it.
It's the crackling, but it's okay. It's fine. It's not too bad. It just adds to the panache, and it's only when I talk.
Straight.
It's gone. Except for when you talk.
Just talk.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. Let me see if Tracy put it in there. Nope. Still need you, Tracy. Go ahead and put it in there. All right. Natalie, she got her hats and shirts. I made fun of you for not liking their movies earlier. So you know what? You're still cool with us. All right. Kristen, I just explained it. Here, watch. I'm going to mute Ken. Now you don't hear it. Exactly. It's just a little bit of a weird feedback. KK, listen next time and don't pay attention to the crackling. And no, Woody is not eating a bone. Kenny might be, though. That's going to be for later. Okay. Too soon? There it is. There. That's not how you do it, Kenny. Out of your mouth. All right. Here is where the rubber meets the road, ladies and gentlemen. And then Kenny gets to go to work, much to his own chagrin. Let me get that off there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to vote between Pulp Fiction and Saturday Night Fever. The time is now. I'll go ahead and start it right now. You know what? I'll put it in the box. Hold on. Pulp Fiction versus Saturday Night Fever. Vote now. All right, Kenny, which way are you going on this one?
This is so tough. I'll probably get voted down on this, but as far as what I still will watch and love, I still think the phenomenon of Pulp Fiction and the whole new style of movie making is, I'm going to vote for it as a better performance. But again, it came so much more recently. So I'm going Pulp, but I bet I get voted down on it. So I'm all right with that.
I honestly, I really can't decide between the two because, again, neither of these are really on the top of my list. I'm looking in the box. It was Saturday Night Fever heavy, and Pulp Fiction has made a little bit of a comeback. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out the crowd, and I might. Ooh, Pulp Fiction just got 5 in a row to tie it up. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do Saturday Night Fever so we can go to the audience for our final one here. I'm gonna go and do a count. Kenny, keep chatting about why you went with Pulp Fiction so I can do a full count here.
Yeah. Again, Saturday Night Fever is incredible. It's you go back, you watch it, you have to forgive some things because it's made in a different time period, but it's a great performance. The rest of the cast is good in Saturday Night Fever, but if you take Pulp Fiction and look at what Tarantino does with every movie to make it almost like something you've never seen before, his casting is off the charts. Every role, down to small roles, is a movie star in one of their best character performances ever. And we take what was bad serial TV making, the Pulp Fiction style of storytelling from novellas and TV, and he turns it into an incredibly high quality film with the storylines coming in and out of order. It's just, I think the macrame of storytelling and the performances make it a groundbreaking film, and Travolta was a big part of that. That's what I think.
So it turns out the winner is actually going to be Saturday Night Pulp. Well done, that. Jeff. Very clever. I like that. Saturday Night Fever actually won by about 5. So Saturday Night Fever is going to be the winner of this week's John Travolta movie trivia. John Travolta movie trivia and best of John Travolta. So Pulp Fiction, the number 1, has gotten toppled. The giant is down. Saturday Night Fever for the win. Zoom in. Why is it not letting me zoom?
How cool is that, though? How cool is that his first major performance was so good that it got voted in now from a crowd that wasn't watching movies at the time? That speaks a lot for that boy's talent. Before people thought he was a character of himself. He was an absolute movie star and still is, but people like him to spoof himself at this point. It's not what he wants to do necessarily.
Yes, correct. Jeff Fisk missed a opportunity. He said Saturday Night Fiction, not to be confused with what would have been his best film, Saturday Night Friction.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Jeff is having fun. Jeff is having a blast. That is right, KK. This was a quick night. Unfortunately, Kenny does actually need to leave. People are asking what you do. they still don't understand what you do. So do you want to basically explain it for people?
Sure. I park cars downtown.
We'll leave it at that. I'm kidding.
He's just a bunch of marketing stuff for an automobile company, and we're doing a movie night in Chicago where everybody comes in their own car and stays separate. And I'm down there on the microphone promoting a particular brand, and it's really kind of fun. I get to see movies outdoor every night.
It's pretty neat. It's actually a complete lie because, typically you've got the young men that give massages to the older men. Kenny actually finds the young men and he gives them massages. It's super weird. It's like a role reversal thing.
This is a powerful grip.
Powerful grip. Do we even need to vote? I know that there's some sadness that Look Who's Talking was not on here, but do we need to vote between Face Off and Saturday Night Fever? Is it even worth it?
I would find it disrespectful to the body of work because here's the thing. We know that Face Off is a horrifically terrible, cheesy, superficial film. It's just amazing to watch. But as we've talked about before, Cage was so crazy. His performance is the one that probably even stands out as the better performance. But I don't know how you can call either of them good performances. They were in just an incredible piece of schlock, but it is completely watchable. But I would hate to have it win. It would be sad if it won.
Yeah, so the worst of the worst in this case, unlike the Nicolas Cage movies, does not actually win. We're not even going to have the vote. The winner 100% on this week's Saturday Night Fever. You did a whole woo, and I was unfortunately muted you at the wrong time. Sorry. It happens to the best of us. With that said, this was a short episode. We're going to figure out programming for next week. We're going to figure out how we do this. We've got Troy Boy might be coming back either next week or the week after. I didn't ask him. So we got Matt Schroyer at one point again, and we're going to have a round robin of guest hosts that hopefully fill the very, very small shoes, because the penis, small shoes of Chad Fishburne. Tonight, Kristen, I don't know of anything. I don't know if Cash and I are going to do anything. I talked to him earlier, but the one thing that there is an adorable puppy. That's what we have. That's what we got. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something. I'll see if there's anything newsworthy, and if Cash isn't available, maybe I'll do a pop out. I'll do a little quick pop up, see what's going on. And to those of you, I think Kristen, you came in late. I got to show it. I got to show the pics of the
do.
Puppy's first bat. There's picture number one, getting ready, getting all lathered. Kenny can't see these. It's so terrible. I cannot wait for him to see these pictures. And then the post, which is this, just looking like a baby Yoda of deliciousness. All right. With that said, again, we'll be back next week. We'll be having a good time. Kenny, any final words?
Have a safe weekend. Good to see all of you. Watch movies. Watch TV. Stay away from each other.
It's Labor Day on Monday, so we probably won't be doing anything on Monday anyways, which maybe we will. Maybe we'll hop on and we'll do a little Anthony birthday special for 30 minutes, and we'll mess around and do some trivia. Sounds good. That was not a good salute, my friend. I don't know what that was.
It's been a real salute.
There's something to be said about that. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us here on Biscuits and Gravy with our Fashionista as our main number 2 host. Thank you for watching.